it was like, dude, you're in the NFL. Why are you even amongst these people?
I mean, the CTE stuff is like currently Antonio Brown is like the cool, like poster child. Got to be the worst optics for an NFL oriented player, and since Aaron Hernandez or Tyreek Hill beat his wife, or name another one, but like
Chris Jericho.
Literally, what?
Chris Jericho.
No, we don't talk. No, whoa. NFL. And
yeah, NFL.
and it's just like
Chris
it's wild because you're looking at like all of the things that happen within the NFL and all the things that they're okay with forgiving, and really there is no limit. Like the Deshaun Watson stuff was front and center with like sexual assault and stuff, and they're like, oh, gets half a season for suspension. And then the Antonio Brown stuff, he's not playing for any teams, but I mean, he just got kicked off a flight from Miami to LA recently for being in and out of consciousness and refusing to put on a seatbelt, causing a flight while this stuff. He took
Help me. Is he the one that was jerking it a while back?
He was the one that was jerking it, not a while back.
Is he the one?
Several weekends
ago.
Is he the one? So, like, help me about this because I'm like not.
Oh, keep going because the answer is yes. It is him that you're thinking of.
So I believe that he's like a crazy person, and like no team would touch him. And Tom Brady stepped up and was like, we want him in Tampa, and like stood up for him, got him a job, and
come live with me. Come live with me.
Took him under his wing, like I did Wings, and then he goes now that Tom is having this very messy divorce, which is clearly shaking him. That same guy is posting like Photoshop pictures of Tom's now ex-wife nude on his Instagram, like really weird shit, like out of nowhere. Super scumbag shit.
This is also are you pulling up dude? This man is literally like, there is no better person to study and say like there's got to be some sort of CTE centric motive for this, because we're talking about a historically very good player.
You ever seen Chuck Liddell have a conversation?
Is he still a very good player? Antonio Brown won the Super Bowl, right?
He's still so good that the Dallas Cowboys are like, we don't fucking care if he just got kicked off the plane for being rowdy. Get him on the Dallas Cowboys. Like he's jerked off on camera in front of people as recently as like 3 weeks ago. And that doesn't even top the top thing that he did like this year. And this is like a laundry list.
10 hours ago, they put out a warrant for his arrest for domestic violence.
That might be
you know what, he
problem.
Runs 40?
I'm sorry, but yeah, right. No, I don't know his 40 time.
I'm not catching that, man.
That is. I mean, he's
also.
Hold on.
34.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He's that good. All right, so let me see.
I mean, if CTE is happening, 34, like a 34-year-old NFL player's brain is like that. You've been in the league for like what, 16 years at that point? You started playing at 18. That's
I truly don't know, and that's on me.
Your brain's got to be rattled as fuck.
You start 13. He's been smacked around his whole life.
100%.
You're a kid like him. He probably started Pee-wee like 7, 8. Now I know they're not getting popped in the head at 7 or 8, but
yeah.
13 or 14, you are.
And by the time you're by the time you're in your mid 30s in the NFL, you've taken many head knocks.
You literally the worst thing for the NFL this season, which is the third time I've said that, by the way, which is a bad season for the NFL. All right, the Tua Tagovailoa. Holy shit, that was hard for me. The quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, Tua. All right, this man got hit so hard and was like clearly
started casting spells.
No,
started using it.
I've never
unlimited power. As like a significant portion of his brain matter dies.
Yes, he's like literally.
He's a millionaire. Stop feeling bad for him.
No, it was so fucked up because he had clear concussion in the game 4 days prior, and everybody's like, "Whoa, this man is looking lost. He should not be out there." And he still played, and everybody's like, "That could have been bad." And then he starts the next game, and he gets hit, and casting spells, just. Borderline repeat some sort of absurd percentage of people who get repeat concussion or whatever end up paralyzed or permanently damaged. and he's like one of the lucky people.
Is like, to me anyway, I only see it in the most severe of concussions. And like one of the worst knocks I've ever seen was Ben Askren taking that knee to the head.
Yeah.
And he's faced. I don't think he did it. I don't think he had a fencing response, but that might be the hardest hit I've ever seen.
The follow-up too. I think everyone talks about the knee.
Smashed him so hard.
He immediately came down and punched his face into the
with
canvas.
One of the hardest, most accurate after the initial KO punches I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just a big old hammer fist right on the face, and his head bounces off the canvas and like does one of these. It was hard. And he took the knee, then he hit the mat, then he had some more. And fuck, Ben, how much did you give up just then?
I mean,
that's
really,
the thing that happens
thinking
in hockey too. Like, there's the big hit, which is rough, but then when the head hits the ice, that could be the bigger hit.
If your helmet came off in a like I worry about them in a fight. Has anybody ever been in a fight, roughing it up, and then like
no? If we're gonna talk hockey
head with no helmet,
the one that always makes me uncomfortable is the guy who gets his carotid artery sliced. And
Clint Malarchuk. Yeah.
And then the combat medic comes in there and swoops in. It's like, let me just pinch that off real quick for you, brother.
All right, cool.
You're not dying today.
Dude, this guy, it happened this year. I think I sent the GIF in our WhatsApp. It wasn't
twice in one night.
Right? It was it was a couple times.
Wasn't his arm or was it his neck?
It was his arm. So Evander Kane, he got knocked over, and then the guy we were talking about earlier, Pat Maroon, who's an enormous player, accidentally steps on Evander Kane's wrist. And apparently it cut him to the bone of his wrist. And so immediately you start seeing the ice like blood. And so he grabs his wrist and is skating off. And immediately, as soon as Maroon and the Tampa Bay Lightning on the other team see it, they're like, plays dead. Like, hey, get a fucking medic over here. Don't let him die. That's horrible optics for the sport.
How did you get the blood off the ice? Did they scrape it up and then shovel it away?
They do. Yeah, they scrape it up to get it off.
I think I've seen that.
Snow.
I mean, I've seen him tend the goals and stuff.
Oh God, so
people don't. That's the other thing. Like when you go to a sport, I wonder what else. So I've only attended professional wise, just baseball, UFC, and hockey. So I'm wondering, is there anything else? So all right. So in baseball, you see them go out there and manicure the mound, like between commercials and stuff, and when nobody's looking, it does it go on TV. In hockey, you get to see some hot girls go out there, in case you don't know, in very revealing clothes and make a show of scraping up the ice and shoveling it away.
Not the Kings. Those are all butch men and people who won contests. There's nothing attractive about that.
I'm sure everybody does something different with it. I've definitely seen black
all the
lingerie.
Southern teams in football style have teeny skimpy little outfits on them.
The Carolina Hurricanes were the first team to get fucking smoke shows to clean up the snow in front of the net.
Okay.
There was a term, I forget the name for them, but it was the whatever Carolina smoke shows, and they're hot.
Yeah.
I have a friend that fucked one.
Oh, very nice. Good for your friend.
It's me.
Actually, yeah, it was two. This is double.
I love that scene from Billy Madison where Will Ferrell's, Chris Farley's looking at Adam Sandler. He's like, me and her got it on. And Adam Sandler's like, no, you didn't. He's like, nah, but this guy I know, oh yeah, right up in there. And he's like, no, he didn't. He's like, no, he didn't. But you can imagine what it'd be like if he did. Yeah, I can imagine what it would be like if another man hypothetically had sex with that woman. Yeah.
It's a shame.
How far removed are we going to be in this fantasy?
It's a shame he's dead.
It's a shame he's dead. He was a funny man. He was a funny. Him and John Candy, two of the best.
I heard that Chevy Chase treated Farley really poorly because he reminded him of Belushi. And how he was that big fat over the top, and that it had killed him, and he'd lost his friend that way, and he just didn't like Farley at all.
I did not know that.
Although Chevy Chase hates everybody.
Everybody says he's a douche.
Oh, he's got an excuse for this one guy. Fuck that. Fuck Chevy Chase.
Yeah, fuck Chevy Chase. Although I love his movies.